Assalamu alaikum. Let's just take a moment here. Together, a little pause from the noise of the world to really explore something peaceful. We're going to talk about how Islam can take something as simple as rest and turn it into a beautiful act of worship.
Just let that sink in for a second. You feel guilty for resting. If you've ever felt that little sting of guilt because you needed a break, because you had to sleep, because you just weren't doing enough, then this is for you. What if that very act of resting was actually designed to bring you a reward?
I mean, so many of us are just tired. Deeply tired, right? We're juggling work deadlines, taking care of family, trying to study, and on top of it all, there's this constant buzzing pressure to always be productive. It feels like you can never turn off.
And you know what comes with that exhaustion? Guilt. A very specific kind of spiritual guilt. That little voice in the back of your head that says, I should have prayed more tonight. I should have read more Quran today. It just becomes this cycle of being burnt out and then feeling bad about being burnt out.
But what if we've been looking at this all wrong? Maybe the answer isn't to just push ourselves harder. Maybe the answer is to see our need for rest through a completely different lens, a lens of divine mercy that the Quran itself gives us.
Think about it. Really think about it. Allah, in His infinite power, could have made us so that we never get tired. He could have created us to just go and go and go with no need for sleep at all. But He didn't. Our need for rest isn't some mistake or a weakness in our design. It's a choice, a deliberate, merciful choice.
And right here in the Quran, He tells us so clearly, and among His signs is your sleep. Your sleep is an ayah. It's a sign. Just like the creation of the heavens and the earth, it's meant to make you pause and reflect on the Creator.
So what does that really mean for us? It means that feeling tired, that needing to rest, it's not a personal failure. It's not a weakness. It is a direct sign of Allah's mercy on you. It's a gift. He literally built a pause button into your existence.
Okay, so if we want a living example of how to embrace this mercy, we just have to look at the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. His way, his Sunnah, is the perfect blueprint for a balanced life that weaves our human needs right into our worship.
You know, there's this incredible story where some of the companions, out of their deep love for Allah, decided to go to extremes. One said, I'll pray all night every night. Another said, I will fast every single day. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, he gently corrected them. He said, I pray, but I also sleep. I fast, but I also break my fast. He showed them that true devotion isn't about erasing your humanity, it's about honoring it.
And He didn't just suggest this balance, He made it clear. This is His way, His Sunnah. He said, whoever turns away from my Sunnah is not from me. That's how important this balance is. His path isn't about a short, intense sprint that leaves you broken. It's about a sustainable, lifelong journey.
And that's the whole point right there. Sleep wasn't something the Prophet did in between acts of worship. No, it was a core part of his worship. It was the rest that gave him the strength for his night prayers, the patience to lead a community, and the energy for his compassion.
So, if rest is a sign of mercy, and it's part of the Prophet's path, then how do we, actually do it? How do we make our rest a rewardable act? Well, it all comes down to one of the most powerful tools we have in Islam, our intention.
This famous hadith, it changes everything. It means that any normal everyday action, sleeping, eating, even just taking a break, can be elevated into an act of worship. It all depends on your niyyah, your intention. Your intention is like a secret ingredient that can transform the ordinary into the sacred. So as you're about to go to sleep tonight, just try this. Make a simple intention. Say in your heart, Ya Allah, I'm sleeping now to regain my strength so I can wake up for Fajr, or I'm resting so I can have the energy to be patient with my family tomorrow. Just like that, your sleep becomes an act of worship.
And listen to this beautiful teaching from the Prophet, peace be upon him. Your body has a right over you. Your body isn't just a machine that you can push until it breaks. It's an amana. It's a trust from Allah. And fulfilling its rights, giving it food, giving it water, and yes, giving it rest, that is a spiritual duty. Let's just say this out loud because our modern hustle culture gets this so wrong. Burnout is not piety. Pushing yourself to the point of utter exhaustion is not a sign of righteousness. That's not what Allah wants from us. True spiritual strength is found in balance and consistency.
So let's just gently bring all of this together. We'll have a final moment of reflection and a few simple, practical things you can do to start resting into worship instead of feeling guilty because of it. I mean, just look outside.
Allah built a rhythm into the entire universe. The sun sets, the moon rises, the seasons change. There is a constant, beautiful cycle of activity and stillness everywhere. He put it in creation, so why do we fight that same natural rhythm inside ourselves so hard? And really, you can't. You can't give your loved ones the patience you don't have. You can't find focus and peace in your prayer when your mind is just shattered from exhaustion. You can't be a light for other people if your own light has burned out. Resting is how you refill your heart. So here are 3 gentle invitations for you. First, before you rest, just take 1 second to fix your intention. That's it. Second, try to follow that prophetic balance. Remember that small, consistent actions are so much more beloved to Allah than huge gestures that lead to burnout. And third, please, consciously let go of the guilt. Remind yourself that choosing to rest is an act of wisdom. Let this be your new thought. When you feel that need to stop, to pause, remember this: rest is not quitting. It's preparation. It's the quiet, necessary moment you take before you can worship again, before you can serve again, before you can work again. It's not weakness. It's strategy. It's sacred.
And maybe this is the most healing idea of all. Allah isn't asking you to be perfect. He never was. He is asking for your sincere heart. A heart that keeps trying, that keeps turning back to Him, even when it's tired, even when it's resting.
Because in the end, this beautiful religion, it's not meant to break you. It is a divine way of life designed to build you up, to build your soul, your character, your mind, and your body. And a huge, merciful part of that building process is rest.